Pippen. So Danny Pippen will jump center. Forward out of the Allen Academy in Detroit, Michigan. And the tap is controlled in the backcourt by Kent State. But Wampler dives down to try to get it, but it's picked up by Peterson. So Kent State will have the first possession here in this game. Here's Peterson getting the ball off to Simons, averaging 16.5 points a game, has a dribble, works against Jalen Hall, the Raiders' best wing defender. Pippen needs some help. He'll hand it off to Simons, and it's going to call an offensive foul, an illegal screen.
Yeah, I mean, that was a dribble handoff, and he just didn't. Simons got in too big of a hurry there and didn't give the young man from Kent State a chance to get set. You see that happen so often out on the perimeter, and it's just, they're unnecessary fouls.
All right, so Jalen Hall swings it over to Tanner Holden. High post on the bounce to Love. Love taking the ball inside with the left hand. Too strong off the front of the rim, and Kent State comes down with a rebound.
He faked the handoff there and took it right down the lane. He had a good look. Just shot it a tad too hard.
This is Williams cut off on the right lane line. Peterson now with it in front of the Raiders bench. He's double teamed, brings it back out with the dribble. Now Williams again looks down in low to Pippen. Here's Pippen on the block. Back out front to Williams. All right, so it's Wampler into Gentry. Gentry over to Hall, looking inside for Love. Now it goes to the free throw line to Holden. Hall with it, looks inside, now Wampler on the dribble. Pulls the ball back out to Hall, looks back door for Gentry, threw it behind him, and out of bounds. A turnover on Wright State with 18:43 to play in the first. It's 3-0 Kent State. So Williams will bring the ball up for Kent State. Peterson over to Simons. Simons gets a screen. He's hedged out by Wampler. Now it's Whittington. Whittington outside the arc, hands off to Williams. Goes into the corner. Here's a shot by Simons from the corner. It's too strong, and the rebound to Holden.
Yeah, it's good defense by the Raiders to come out there hard on Simons. He had a three, but it was contested.
Wampler goes to the bucket. Got a little contact, but he was able to get it in off the board. It's 3-2 Kent State.
And there's quite a bit of contact there, and he had the wherewithal to stay in the air and hang in the air and get it off the glass to get it to go in. That's a tough shot against good defense by Kent State.
Simons off the screen of Pippen. Hall battles through it. 14 on the shot clock. Ball still outside the arc to Williams. And another illegal screen. Whittington.
See, that happens, Chris, because the guy setting the screen doesn't wait for the ball handler to get set. I mean, the ball handler doesn't wait until the screener gets set. He starts his dribble before the screener's set, and the ball handler's got to wait. He's just got to wait because the screener's the one that ends up with a foul, and it's the ball handler's fault.
All right, Gentry bringing it up on the offensive end. Raiders with the ball trailing by 1 to Kent State. Wampler fakes the three, gets it into the paint, flashing through, making the catch is Hall. His shot from short range, missed it. Rebound, Golden flashes.
Jalen was open initially, but that's great recovery defense by Kent State there to keep that from being an easy shot. He had to shoot a tough fadeaway.
All right, Peterson out to Williams. Looks for the double pick, gets it from Whittington. Cut off on the right side of the lane. Bounces it back to Peterson with 12 to shoot. Ball now to Simons. Simons one-on-one against Hall. Takes it in with the left hand. Step back, jump shot, top of the key. Rattles out, and the rebound. I got a battle for it, and coming out of there with it. It's still loose on the floor and picked up by Wampler.
Well, there was a lot of contact down there. There could have been a foul called very easily.
Here's Hall with it. Back out front to Wampler. Goes inside, left hand is blocked by Pippen. Back out front to Hall. Takes the three, steps inside the arc. He's triple teamed and got a battle for the ball. And what do we got here? Got a jump, and the arrow belongs to Wright State with 13 on the shot clock.
It's great aggressive defense by Kent State. I mean, they are getting after the Raiders on the perimeter. That's a great block inside by Danny Pippen. I mean, Wampler had a good look at the basket. Pip went up and blocked that shot, and Kent State was able to tie up the Raiders on the loose ball.
It bounced past to Gentry, the point guard. Fifth-year senior out of the state of Illinois.
Short shot clock here. It's down to 7 seconds.
Feed it low, left lane line to Love. Love bouncing inside with the right hand, puts it up off the in. Rolled off the front of the rim and in, and the Raiders take a 4-3 lead.
Well, that was a good physical move. That was a tough shot. He caught it low, but still it was a tough shot against that good defense by Kent State.
Here's Peterson off to Simons. Simons a transfer into the Kent State program. Started his career at Polk State. Pippen down the baseline against Wampler. Reverse layup, missed it. Going high for the rebound is Wright State's Skylar Potter. Potter up the right wing to Hall. He's left open from three, and he drills it.
That's the best time to get a good look, either off of a post pass and kick it out or on a delayed fast break, and that's what happened there. Nobody was able to find Jalen Hall on the wing, and Jalen got the pass and knocked it in. Big basket for Wright State.
Jalen Hall makes his second three of the year in this game number 4. We're under 16 minutes to play in the first half.
Well, he's a player that missed all of last season, played as a freshman, but missed all of last season due to injury.
Whittington going in, backing in on Love, and he puts it in from short range. It's now a 7-5 game. Wright State by 2 with 15.5 to play in the first half.
Good matchup between Whittington and Loudon Love inside. They're two physical guys.
Now it's Potter with the ball, had it knocked away and stolen, but he comes up with a loose ball. Now Love with it, and he can't handle it.
Well, there's a lot of grabbing and pushing going on.
And now we got a reach-in foul called on Wright State's Hall. And that'll stop the clock with 15:15 to play in the first. And we will go to the under 16 timeout. With the score, Wright State 7 and the Golden Flashes 5.
They don't have both their big guys in there now. Bainbridge is in. He's a freshman, not nearly as physical as
Anthony
Pippen
Roberts
was.
also checked in too. Had 21 in their overtime win against Towson. This is Williams off the dribble. Pull up from the right elbow. Off the glass and in. We're tied at 7.
Yeah, I don't think he necessarily wanted to bank that in. That's not the angle you shoot a bank shot from, but he got it to go in. That's a nice move. He hit a nice little jump shot, a little 15-foot jump shot off of a dribble drive.
Holden to Calvin. Calvin back to the freshman Holden, tries to go through the lane, had it blocked, gets the ball back, bounces it out to Gentry.
There's been a lot of contact so far in this game with no foul called.
Gentry with 7 to shoot into the corner. Wide open is Skylar Potter. His three is too long. However, the rebound offensively by Love. Love goes in against Whittington. Goes up and under with a left hand, missed it, but a foul is going to be called on Kent State.
That's a good move by Loudon Love. An up and under move from a pretty good distance from the basket, about 10 feet away. That's a great rebound. He got there. Now you can see the upper under move there, and that's where he gets hacked on the arm. But good footwork by the big guy. He took his time, but the rebound was pretty good. He got the rebound, kept the ball above his head, and then made the move to the basket.
That was on Bainbridge, his first. That first one rattles in and out for Loudon Love, who this season now is 5 out of 10 at the charity stripe. Substitution for Kent State into the game is Tervel Beck, a junior forward, 6'7", out of Cleveland.
Yeah, he's averaging 3.5 points a game, 3 rebounds, shooting 43% from the field. He's not a three-point shooter. He's taken 3, but he's missed all of them.
Love breaks the tie. It's 8-7 Wright State. 14:31 left in the first. And Williams will bring the basketball up.
This lineup right now Kent State has isn't nearly as physical as the starting lineup. They've got some size in here, but they're not as physical as Pippen and Whittington.
Williams off the dribble. He came by the way of Indian Hills Community College. And there's a 3 just in off the bench is Tervel Beck, and he gives Kent State a 10-8 lead.
What did I just say? I just said he wasn't a three-point shooter. He's taken 3 on the season and missed them all. That's his first make.
Skylar Potter bounces inside, goes up with the right hand, draws the foul on Bainbridge, and that's going to be his second off the bench. Potter's helped up by his teammates. He'll get 2 throws.
Well, you look at this, and he came to a jump stop. This is a good move for young players to observe. I mean, you don't always have to take the ball all the way to the basket. He got into the lane, but there was Kent State players there, so he came to a jump stop, got Kent State to go by him, and then kind of made that little scoop shot, and that's where he got fouled. He's shooting 2 free throws.
Potter averaging just under 10 points a game, and he makes that free throw, and Skylar this year now is 2 out of 3 at the line. Gentry and Love are out. Jalen Hall is back in for Wright State, along with Grant Basile. He is the redshirt freshman from Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Of course, sat out last year, redshirt medical. And, boy, he's really impressed us, Coach.
Well, he's been in 3 games. He's played in all 3 games, and he's really had some good minutes. You know, the thing about him is he needs to be physical. He's an excellent rebounder. He's got long arms. He can block shots, and he can score on the block. He's no featherweight inside, that's for sure.
Skylar Potter's 2 free throws tie it at 10. We're 13:45 to play in the first half. And we had a traveling violation. That's on Roberts, the freshman. Turnover.
Now, we talked before the game, Chris, about the fact that Kent State didn't turn the ball over. They're only averaging 8 a game. They've played 2 games, and they've already had 3. And to be honest about it, all 3 of them have been kind of unforced. 2 of them were on ball screens, and then that one was just a guy getting in too big of a hurry.
Here's Calvin, left open from 3 out front.
Wow.
And he drains it. Wow, we knew this kid could shoot. Trey Calvin out of Illinois. He won back-to-back state three-point shooting championship.
Well, what was so cool about that is he ball faked or pass faked a pass with one hand and just brought it back and shot it. That was quite a move to get himself some space so he could shoot the 3.
Taking the ball inside and losing it. No, picked up, hustled by Williams. His reverse layup is no good, and it falls into the hands of Calvin, who is standing on the baseline, and it goes back to Kent State.
Grant Baselli, if we get a replay of this, Grant Baselli did a nice job here of challenging the shot without fouling. Kent State got loose on the baseline, and Grant was there, and those long arms. He didn't block the shot. He just made it tough, and Kent State got a break here by Wright State. Here you see. He doesn't foul. He just bothers. And, of course, Trey gets the rebound. Trey Calvin got the rebound, but it was on the line, so Kent State maintains possession. But there's only 10 seconds on the shot clock here.
Right. Also, just checking in just a moment ago, you saw it on your screen. Player locally out of Cincinnati Hughes High School by way of Puerto Rico, Giovanni Santiago, a freshman guard, wears number 11. He's going to put the ball in play, and we have a foul called on Skylar Potter.
Yeah, it's an unforced foul right there. Roberts wasn't going to be able to really do anything there. He's going away from the he's their leading scorer, 19 and a half. Skylar didn't want him to catch the ball.
All right. Santiago just gets it in. Pippen for 3. Too strong. Long rebound to Pippen.
Another foul. That's a loose ball foul on Skylar. Just an aggressive foul going after a rebound. The ball hit the back of the rim on the 3 and took a real long rebound. And Skylar thought he could get it. He just got there late. Here you see the replay. Skylar probably could have used a little better judgment there. But in the heat of the play, you're going to react and you're going to do things like that. That's 2 fouls on Skylar. So we may not see him again in the first half. Sometimes Coach Nagy plays guys in the first half with 2 fouls, but a lot of times he doesn't.
It's 3 team fouls for the Raiders. Roberts against Hall. 5 to shoot. I don't think he realizes it.
No, I don't think he does either. I don't think they do. They're going to get a...
Here's Pippen to the basket, and no basket. Yeah. Shot clock.
Well, I'll tell you what, he almost got it off. That was awfully, awfully close. It was a good call. Wasn't any good.
And we appreciate that. As we are now underway with 12:44 to play in the first half. Trey Calvin, high post pass to Vasily. Now it's Wampler with the ball in his hands. Back to Calvin. Vasily now left side of the lane. Vasily powered his way in. Running hook, no good. The tip is good by Holden.
Yeah, well, that's a 2-for-1 there. He gets an offensive rebound and he gets a basket. 2 things that he's really been good at here early in the season.
Ball knocked out by Hall. Nice defensive play on that pass from Roberts. It'll stay with Kent State. Substitution back into the game is Mitch Peterson.
Jalen Hall's probably Wright State's best perimeter defender, and he's on Roberts, who's their leading scorer. Roberts is he's a 6'4" sophomore, and he's averaging almost 20 a game. He's their best 3-point shooter on the season so far.
Santiago, the freshman, left wide open for 3. No good. Off Beck's hands, and the rebound Vasily, and he's fouled. It's going to be now, 5 team fouls on Kent State in this first half.
This is what you look for if you're Coach Scott Nagy of the Raiders, is for a young man to come. He's a freshman, folks, and he comes in there and, spelling loud love and gets a big-time rebound in traffic. That's not easy to do. That's a strength move right there to be able to get that rebound in traffic like that.
Now it's Hall with the basketball. We're under 12 to play in the first. Hall short corner, throws it out front to Holden. Left side Calvin. Back to Holden.
Yeah.
Travel.
Got in a hurry there.
To the under 12 timeout. So with 11:49 to play in the first half.
Coach has got to be happy with their defense so far. They're playing very hard. They're playing very aggressive, and the referees are letting them play. So it's a pretty good game so far.
Raiders with their original starting 5 back in. Giovanni with the basketball. He and Roberts came in off the bench. They're still out there. Giovanni off the dribble with the left hand. Beats it down low. Picked up by Whittington. Fade away on the baseline, blocked by either Holden or Love, and the Raiders get the deflection.
That was great defense by Wright State. He caught it on the almost on the block.
Here's Jalen Hall to the bucket, and he lays it in. Got by Peterson.
Well, he got by his man. You're exactly right. He got kind of lulled him to sleep, got by him, and took it all the way to the basket for a big basket.
Raiders have upped their lead to 7, their largest of the first half, as we approach 11 minutes to play. Here's Pippen. Wow, he went way in hard.
Wow.
A blocking foul called on Wampler. Boy, Coach Nagy can't believe it across the way.
I can't either. I mean, Wampler didn't move. He's well outside the restricted area. I can't imagine how that can be a block. Maybe we'll get a look at it here. But that looked to me like Wampler. I mean, you can't be any more stationary than that. And bingo, he just runs right over him. I mean, I think that referee would like to have that call back. At least I would hope he would.
Well, it goes against Wampler, his first personal, team's fourth. In the corner, just inside the three-point arc, the jump shot is missed, and Love with it, leading the break. Love feeds it over to Holden. Holden with the right hand, puts it in. Off-balance shot by the freshman gives the Raiders a 9-point advantage.
Well, first of all, Loudon Love getting the rebound and taking it himself, and Nevin make the pass. The pass he made to Holden was a great pass.
Whittington inside the paint puts it down with a jump hook. 19-12 Wright State, 10:43 to play in the first.
That's a good basket by Kent State. They got it down the floor quickly, got it into their big guy, and he made that little half hook.
Gentry gets a screen. His three. Swish from downtown. Cole Gentry. 22-12 Raiders.
Yeah, Kent State went behind that screen. You can't go behind screens on Cole Gentry. You go behind screens on him, and you're going to pay the price. And that's what happened there. He got a screen outside, and
Peterson gets a screen. He tries the three. It's too strong. Rebound, offensive rebound. Whittington strong back to the bucket. He's got two more.
Both Wright State, two guys.
On the other end of the floor, Holden goes in. He can't get it. Love gets the rebound. He puts it up and in.
This game has picked up some pace here real quick, Chris.
And Coach Senderoff is going to use a timeout. We're going to keep it right here, Coach.
I mean, all of a sudden, just like in the...
There's Simons who's back in for Kent State. Roberts out there along with Williams, Whittington, and Pippen.
Well, we said it's going to be a high-scoring game. Both these teams averaging 90 a game, and they're off to a good start that way.
Yeah, pushing the pace. We're under 10 minutes to play in the first.
At least Wright State is.
Now Williams. Back out to Pippen. Going onside with a right hand. Left it short. Rebound Love. Outlet to Gentry. Cross court to Hall. Back to Gentry. Now Calvin. Gentry fakes the three. Steps into the paint. Wide open is Hall in the corner. Left corner three. He's got two tonight. And 7 points for Hall.
Well, that was great basketball. That was sharing the basketball at its highest level there by the Wright State Raiders, and found Hall in the corner, and he was able to make the three. But Cole Gentry shot fake to get his man out of position, then one dribble and the pass to the corner.
There's a steal by Gentry, but in the backcourt, Williams picks up the loose ball. Now Williams to the bucket with the right hand. Wow, off balance, knocked it down.
Well, he recovered the ball, and then nobody was there to pick him up, and he got a full head of steam and took it all the way to the basket. That's a tough break for Wright State because Cole Gentry almost had a steal.
Here's Love going through the paint, pass from Wampler, and we have a whistle and a foul called on Kent State. Stops the clock with 8:57 to play in the first. The Raiders up 27-16. Grant Basile ready to check in for Love.
That's a good call because he got Loudon on the arm. Otherwise, Loudon would have caught that pass.
That's 16 fouls now in the Golden Flashes.
Zipped right through Loudon and went out of bounds, but that's because Loudon was grabbed. His arm was grabbed by the Kent State player.
Coach Nagy's saying there's nobody shooting free throws, or Love isn't shooting, so Basile should be able to come in, and he will. All right, so Calvin will inbound. He gets it into Basile. Back to Gentry. Al Hall. Hall with 8 points. Calvin reverses it right side to Gentry. 6 on the shot clock. Gentry fires up a three, and it's back off the iron, and a rebound Simons.
Yeah, the Raiders were a little lazy offensively there. It took them a while to get into their set. And
Boy, Hands knocked it away on the pass from Williams. Wright State with a deflection. Here's Wampler taking it in with a left hand off the glass. Good.
What a fast break by Wright State. I mean, that's a great deflection. Came up with the steal. Those are the worst kind of turnovers, live ball turnovers, where the other team doesn't take it out of bounds and they're on the break. But that was a great pass and a great finish. Pass by Cole Gentry, finished by Bill Wampler.
Ball knocked away by Calvin, and a foul called on Trey Calvin. That's going to be his first and the team's fifth. Non-shooting foul. So Roberts will go to the line. Apparently he wasn't shooting. My apologies on that. He was trying to shoot the ball. And his first free throw is no good.
He's 67% on the season. I don't have their season stats right in front of me, but I assume he's 2 out of 3 on the season. But
yeah.
You know, he should be a good shooter. He's a guard.
He's 4 out of 6 till that.
4 out of 6, yeah, okay.
And the second one, nothing but net. Some pressure shown by Pippen on the ball, inbounded by Holden. Approach 8 minutes to play in the first. Holden breaks the press. Here's Gentry. Raiders with the ball, leading by 14. Calvin sets up his three. A little strong.
Good rebound by Whittington.
Yep.
Big rebound.
Now Williams back in transition. Guarded by Jordan Ash, fifth-year senior transfer from Northwestern. Whittington bouncing in, gets the ball out to Roberts. 13 to shoot, rises at the free throw line, misses it. Pippen strong with a rebound, puts it up from short range to score the bucket and a foul.
He got away with a travel, too. He caught the ball and he gathered his feet, got away with it.
Out of the break is Danny Pippen. He's 1 for 4 from the floor tonight. A couple of rebounds, both of those on the offensive end.
Yeah, he's been a force inside. He's had some good moves. I thought when he got the rebound, he might have taken an extra step. We didn't get a replay on that, but anyway, that was a good play. It was a 3-point play and took it from a 12-point lead down to a 9-point lead. Big basket.
Backdoor pass to Calvin, who lays it in on the look from Holden out front.
Well, they were denying the ball in the corner. There's a golden rule in basketball. If the guard with the ball dribbles toward the corner, you go back door, and that's exactly what Trey Calvin did there. He went back door and got the layup.
Pippen tries the three, and it's an air ball. Belongs to Wright State with 7:01 to play. Peterson will check in. Roberts comes out for Kent State.
Well, Pippen's he and Roberts have taken the most three-point shots, so it's, he'll make that shot occasionally. He's made 5 of them. He's made, actually, he and Roberts and Simons are the three-point shooters. Now, Simons has made 8 on the season, and Pippen and Roberts have both made 5, but that was an air ball. That didn't hit anything.
Calvin to Basili. Finds Gentry outside the arc. Leaves it back for Basili. One bounce goes in with the right hand. Had it knocked away. Good defense, Kent State. Here's Williams. Flips it back to Pippen. He traveled.
Well, that's not all his fault. I mean, he wasn't expecting the pass. I'm sure he wasn't expecting the pass, and he got it, and he was going full speed toward the basket, and just kind of got caught. He didn't, I guess he could have totally stopped and maybe not traveled, but that wasn't totally his fault in my opinion. The guard probably should have held on to that ball and let him establish himself and then get the ball to him.
Unofficially 6 turnovers for Kent State in the first half. As you mentioned, Coach, they average, about 8 or 9 per game?
They average 8, but, 4 of these turnovers have just been unforced turnovers. There's nothing Wright State's done. They've just done it to themselves.
Loudon Love is back in against Whittington, bouncing in, turn around with the left hand. Too strong. The tip by Ash is no good, and Kent State comes away with it.
That's good defense there on Loudon. Once he caught it, that was great defense. They didn't foul, made him shoot a tough shot.
Whittington gets it down and low against Love. Tried to hand it off. It's knocked away by Ash into the hands of Gentry.
Well, now that was a turnover caused by Wright State's defense there. That was just great defense. They double teamed.
Ash, pull-up jump shot, short range. Got it!
Yeah, any points you get from... you get from Jordan Ash, that's a bonus. He's not so much an offensive player. He is a great defensive player. And he comes off the bench. You expect great defense. Any baskets he gets is a bonus.
Now it's Williams against Calvin. Beck had it for a moment. Now on the baseline left, Whittington bouncing in against Love. He's grabbed by
that should
Calvin.
Be a jump, yes.
And the ball stays with Kent State.
That's a good job by Trey Calvin because he caught the ball and he didn't square up. I'm talking about Whittington. He started to like one of those bump power moves where he was bumping loud and getting. You see here now, Trey. See, that's a good move by the guard to come in there and dig it out, and he gets the jump ball. Didn't create a turnover, but there's only 7 seconds on the shot clock, and that's a big play.
And Williams will trigger the inbounds pass to Whittington. Jump and shoot, short range, knocked it down.
That's a big comeback by Kent State there.
Came into the game averaging 7 points. He's got 6 right now, or 8, I should say. Raiders by 11. Hall in the corner. Back out to Calvin. Back to Hall on the wing. Gets it inside to Love. Love going in strong, and a blocking foul called on Whittington. That's going to be his second foul, the team's 7th, and the 1-1 now for the Raiders junior center.
Yeah, Loudon's a tough guy to guard. I mean, here he is. A little jab step, creates some space, and Whittington tries to get in front of him, but he just can't slide those feet fast enough to get over there. Loudon has contact, knocks him down, and it's going to be a 1-1 for Loudon. That's the second foul on Whittington. That's a big foul because that takes him out of the game, and there's 5 minutes to go.
Well, Coach Nagy wanted his defense to get a little bit better. He also wanted his team not to turn the ball as much as they've turned it over in the first 3 games. So far, so good in this first half. And the free throw is missed, so he won't get the bonus. And Simons with a rebound. He hands it off to Peterson. Now Williams. Williams guarded by Calvin, who's done a nice job off the bench for the Raiders, especially defensively. Pippen bouncing in on Wampler. Takes him inside with a runner with a right hand off the iron. No good. Tip is no good by Beck. It's loose. Peterson comes up with a loose ball. Wide open is Simons, a good three-point shooter. He can't get it to go, and Hall rips it down.
Yeah, Wright State dodged a bullet there. That was a team rebound by Kent State.
Hall trying to go inside, had it knocked away, and back comes Williams in transition. Pushes off on Wampler, offensive foul.
Now you talk about unforced turnovers. That's right at the top of the list. He had a layup there. All he had to do is just take it in and score. And he tries to create space and just knocks Bill off. I'm not sure.
Anytime you move the elbow, though, Coach.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's much of a foul there. That's kind of a tough call. But he did it to himself.
He didn't have to do that.
No, he should have taken it to the right side and just laid it in. But I think he was concerned about Wampler and Wampler's size and possibly blocking the shot. Bill did the right thing there. He challenged him without trying to block the shot. He just ran beside him and got the call.
Wampler straight on 3, top of the key, knocked it down. Wampler gives the Raiders a 36-22 lead with 4:15 to play in the first.
That's Wampler's first 3. He's Wright State's best 3-point shooter on the season, and you can't give him any room at all. He's the kind of guy that can miss 4 in a row and then make 6 in a row. He's just a great offensive player.
Here's Beck, shot fake, goes inside on Love. Nice up and under, couldn't get the shot to fall into the hands of Love. Outlet pass to Gentry. Gentry slowing it down. Throws it into the right corner. It's caught by Ash. Catch and shoot 3 from the lefty. It's off the iron, and the rebound to Simons. Beck inside, takes it to the rack and gets it over a double team.
Well, they just beat Wright State down the floor that time. A 3-point shot in the corner by Jordan Ash hit the rim, but the rebound got out quickly, and Kent State just beat Wright State down the floor and got an easy basket.
Raiders by 12. Love taking it inside down the baseline to Ash. His shot no good, and he's fouled. And that'll send us to the under 4 timeout. When we come back, we'll have 2 free throws from the Wright State 5th-year transfer coming into tonight.
He's close, too. Now, some of those he got as a player at Drake before he transferred to Wright State, but he's on his way to 1,000, too.
He's got 18 to go as Ash hits that first of 2 free throws. Jordan Ash only played 11 minutes in that win at Tennessee Tech.
I know, but Jordan's a solid player, and he's accepted his role. I think he has. I mean, I've not noticed that he hasn't.
Missed the second.
He really plays good defense, comes in, gives you solid minutes, and he hit a jump shot earlier and got a point there. So good minutes out of Jordan Ash, and he's an experienced player, Chris. He's one of the graduate transfers.
Mm-hmm. Peterson with the ball out front to Santiago, the freshman. And we're going to have a whistle, and the ball was kicked apparently by one of the Raiders defenders. So they put from 12 to 20 back on the shot clock. Tanner Holden's back in, and the aforementioned Jordan Ash goes out for the Raiders.
The last timeout, the last media timeout, which occurs under 4 minutes, what happens after that I always think is key. They got 3:05 to go. Wright State has a 13-point lead here. What happens in these last 3 minutes? Can Kent State make a little run, get it under 10, or can the Raiders expand this thing? I think the last 3 minutes here are key.
Santiago to Peterson. Pull-up jump shot by Beck. It's an air ball, and Hall saves it to Gentry on the baseline. 2:47 to play in the first. Wright State with the ball and a 13-point advantage, 37-24. Now Gentry on the right wing. One bounce out to Wampler. Fakes the three. Now he puts it up as he's guarded by Pippen. Missed it, and the rebound to Beck.
Well, that was a bad pass. Cole threw the ball down at his ankles, and by the time Bill,
Santiago pulled back three is missed, and Wampler grabs the rebound.
By the time Bill gathered the Kent State player, that's the difference between a great pass and just a mediocre pass, and that pass prevented Bill from getting a good shot.
Skip pass into the corner. Hall for three.
Yep.
He's got three tonight. He's got 11 points to lead the Raiders, who are now up 40-24.
I think that pass came from Tanner Holden, the freshman. That was great recognition on his part. A cross-court pass all the way across. I think that was from Tanner.
It was.
Yeah,
Coach.
That's just a great recognition for a player, to see a player on the weak side. These guys, I think this coaching staff is a phenomenal. The assistants do a great job here. Clint Sargent, Brian Cooley, and Sharif Chambliss. Great guys, and they do a great job.
The director of basketball operations, too, on that staff. Here's Pippen, off-balance shot. They're going to count it.
Wow.
And he's fouled.
Wow. I didn't know the NBA was here tonight.
So Pippen with an opportunity to make it a three-point play.
I've been impressed with Pippen. I mean, look at this. 1, 2, 3. He traveled is what he did. That's why wow.
Foul is on Loudon Love.
You don't usually get away with that in college basketball. I mean, he did. He put, traveling, you're allowed a step and a half, not 2.5. But I've been impressed with him. That's 2 3-point plays he's had that Kent State has absolutely had to have.
He's got 6 points.
To, cut into this lead. That was a big basket. And the other one was off of an offensive rebound.
Lob inside to Love. Puts it in with the left hand. A good look from Hall.
See, that was great. That was great moving the ball from side to side. They caught Kent State fronting Loudon Love, and they got the ball to the weak side and then threw the nice pass for the layup.
Here's Roberts with it. Works against Gentry out front. Takes it with a left-hand dribble to the left wing. Back out middle of the floor, Simons. Simons on Hall. Crossover dribble. Takes him inside. Gets around him. Blocked by Loudon Love into the hands of Hall. Here's Hall, and he turned it over. Wanted to pass it, then shot, but turned it over.
I think Troy Simons thought he had a layup here. I mean, he had that basket already in, and Loudon Love came from the weak side and got all ball without fouling. And the key thing about that is he came up with the rebound, too. It's one thing to block a shot. It's another thing to block it and get it. And that's what happened on that play. Now, it resulted in a turnover at the other end, but that was a good defensive play.
Raiders up 42-27 with 1:09 to play in the first. Inside little floater. Roberts is good in the lane.
Nice basket. Almost lost it, but he kept control of it.
1 minute left in the first half. Arrow belongs to Wright State right now. Holden on the wing left. Hall, who's had a big first half. Wampler, long range three. It's too strong, but the rebound to Holden. Holden, right lane line.
Oh,
Love
great pass.
passes it to Love underneath the basket. Throws the ball back out and threw it away. Now Peterson left side. Skip pass. Right side of the floor to Roberts. Roberts back to Williams. Now Roberts works on Love. Williams reverses left side to Pippen. In the corner, Simons open for three. Got it.
Those are two big baskets. Two big baskets. The three-point play by Pippen and then back-to-back baskets here.
The lead is 10. 42-32 Raiders. They'll take the last shot with 17 seconds.
Wright State had a 15-point lead and had the ball on that big block by Loudon Love. It's a good comeback at the end of this half by Kent State. We'll see what Wright State can do here on their last possession.
Gentry with 4 to shoot, throws it out to Hall. Hall, top of the key. Step back three, it's blocked. Great defensive play by Simons. So Kent State with a little momentum as we head to the locker room here at the half. And from Wright State University's Nutter.
First half on a high note. They scored they scored the last 5 points to cut the lead, a 15-point lead down to 10. So it's still anybody's ball game.
All right, Wright State will have the first possession in the second half. Hand off to Hall, who's got 11 to lead all scores. Holden out top against Peterson. Looks inside, goes to the wing, left side to Wampler. Back out to Gentry. Gentry with 15 on the shot clock will reset the offense for Wright State against the man-to-man Kent State defense. Here's Gentry with the ball outside the arc. Right side Holden, back to Gentry with 9 to shoot. Now Holden, left corner. His three, off the rim, no good. Rebound, grabbed out of there by Pippen.
Good defense by Kent State there. Wright State tried multiple different ways to get the ball inside to Loudon. Couldn't do it. Settled for a three. It's great defense. Good start for Kent State.
Here's Simons with only 3 points in that first half, averaging double figures at 16 a game. Now Pippen. Pippen wants a screen. Goes between two offensive players. Called for traveling.
Well,
tried to take Gentry and Love inside, and he took too many steps.
Thought he got away with that once in the first half. I mean, where he took he's got such long legs that, you know, sometimes you can get away with that, particularly when you're in traffic. Now, that was out on the perimeter, and the referee caught him.
Here's Hall to the basket. Little scoop shot. Missed it. Good defense by the Golden Flashes. And we're going to have a foul called on Whittington underneath the basket.
I didn't see that. I think he got Jalen Hall with an elbow.
We will play on, Coach. The correct call with 30 on the shot clock. They reset after the foul by Whittington, his third. He stays in the game with 19:01 to play. Wright State puts it in play in their own end, leading 42-32.
It's back-to-back turnovers at the start of the half for
Loudon Love. Tried to go behind his back and had it picked.
He just lost the ball there. He tried to make a spin move and just lost the ball. Well, neither team's gotten off to a good start here. The Raiders 0 for 3 on their first 3 possessions, and Kent State turned it over their first 2 times. Now they got a chance to score here.
It's Simons with it, gets it low post. Pennington on the block. It's Pittman slashing to the basket, puts it in. It's an 8-point lead for Wright State with 18:30 to go.
Well, they doubled Whittington, and Pippen made a nice move to the basket.
Hall had it nearly stripped. He did. He gets it back, puts it up, no good. Rebound Whittington.
This is what happens sometimes. You sit at halftime for 15 minutes and you come out the second half and you're just a little off your game.
Williams off the screen down the left side of the lane, taking it to the basket. He is fouled. He's helped up by his teammates. Clock stops with 18:13 to play. 42-34 Wright State, and Williams will get 2 free throws.
There you see, gets by his man, and I think they're going to call the foul on Loudon Love. And if they do, that's his first, I believe.
His second.
Second.
Picked up 1 in the first half.
Sometimes when you sit in that locker room for 15 minutes and you come back out, takes you a while to get going. And Kent State, both teams came out a little sluggish. Now Kent State's scored on their last 2 possessions, have a chance to cut this. This lead at one time was 15 points just a short time ago. You know, before halftime with about 2 minutes to go, the Raiders were up 15. I think Kent State's probably scored about 8 straight points or 9 straight points now, I think.
Well, they scored the 4th straight here in this second half as we played nearly 2 minutes. We got 18:08 to play in the game. 42-36 Wright State by 6. Wampler back to Gentry. Gentry to Wampler, fakes the 3, gets his man in the air. Now he fires it short. Rebound Holden, gets a screen from Love for an easy layup.
That's been in the right spot at the right time there. I mean, Tanner was just in the right spot at the right time. 3-point shot off of a shot fake by Bill Wampler. Hit the front of the rim and bounced right into Tanner's hands for the layup.
Here's Simons off the dribble. Simons hands it off to Williams. Williams taking it into the paint on Holden. Underneath the basket for short range, and he puts it up.
Great footwork. That was great footwork there by
Williams.
Williams, yeah. He just did a really nice job without traveling. Got in deep and then finished at the rim.
So Kent State's cut it back to 6. Inside foul. If it's Whittington, that's going to be his 4th, and it is.
That's Whittington. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of beef in there. Those 2 guys are big, strong guys, and you know, it would be so frustrating to be a big guy today because you just don't know what you can do and what you can't do sometimes. And
Kalen Bennett checking in, Coach. The first true freshman diagnosed with autism. Scored a bucket in their first game.
Yeah, my son was talking about this today. My son Anthony was telling me, he says, Dad, they have a player with autism, that only Division I player, and that's great to see him having an opportunity to play.
6'11", 300 pounds. The pass from Love into the corner to Hall. Hall knocked off balance, gets it back, leans up, puts it up, missed it, but a foul. That's going to be 3 team fouls now on Kent State in the second half.
Well, that was a good regrouping by Jalen. He got the ball knocked away, and that was anybody's ball. You can see here he gets it knocked away, and he's able to come up with this and create a foul. I mean, I don't even think he got fouled there. There was no contact there at all.
They called that on Simons. That's his first.
Maybe they called it when he split. Well, no, they didn't. I mean.
And Hall misses the first free throw. Rolled off the rim to the right.
I didn't see a foul there. And once he broke the double team, it looked to me like the shot came up short, so the referee must have thought that he got fouled.
Raiders 5 of 9 from the free throw line as Hall splits a pair. It's 45-38 Wright State.
Why they called it.
We approach 17 minutes to play in the game. Williams will bring it up for Kent State. Coming off an overtime win over Towson on the road. Williams off the screen from Pippen. Takes it left side, hands it off to Williams. That was Simons inside. Williams up and under around Hall, puts it in. Around Love, I should say.
Yeah, this is the problem the Raiders had the other night. A lot of dribble penetration by the guards, and that's exactly what happened there. Dribble penetration, got all the way to the rim, got a layup.
Williams has 13 points. Now Gentry, little floater right side, no good. Rebound Peterson, and it's going to stay right here. We got a foul called on Kent State. Simons, I think that's his second. and the team's fourth with 16:38 to play. And Trey Calvin, the freshman guard, checks in for Hall and Wright State.
Yeah, that's a tough call because Cole Gentry missed the runner there. That's a tough shot. Kent State pushed to get the rebound. Just a tough call.
Calvin gets it into Skylar Potter, who checked in. Love back to Gentry. Gentry against Peterson. Still dribbling out front. Now finds a spot to throw up the three and knock it down. The three-pointer by the fifth-year senior guard gets a 48-40 lead for Wright State.
Yeah, Cole Gentry's an amazing kid sometimes. He'll dribble around and find a spot.
A steal by Skylar Potter. Gentry tried to throw it up to him, but he comes down with it, and a foul is called at midcourt. And I think I can't sure. Let me see the number first before he's helped up. I think it's Simons.
Yeah,
that's going to be his.
We would have had a Showtime dunk there.
Third.
If Cole
That's
Gentry,
his second foul.
Cole Gentry would have been able to get that ball to Skylar Potter. Skylar Potter's the one that got the deflection. Cole Gentry came up with the steal, and Kent State did a nice job of deflecting the pass. And, of course, they committed a foul to do it, but it prevented a layup. There's no question about that.
And Simon's second foul. Grant Basile in for Love, gets the ball inside from Potter. Basile goes up another. Jump hook is good from about 6 feet away.
I tell you what, that's an awfully nice move right there. He took his time, little half hook shot. That's a big basket, back up to a 10-point lead.
With 15:50 to play in the first. Here's Williams, who's in double figures. He's got 13. Looking for his screen at the free throw line. Gets the ball back to Roberts. Now Pippen. Williams spin move in the paint, cut off by Basile. In the corner, Roberts catch and shoot over Calvin, no good. And the rebound comes down to Trey Calvin. Gets it up to Skylar Potter. Potter goes inside. His shot is missed, but the follow is good by Calvin.
Well, that's a great follow by Calvin. Just a great follow. He could have just relaxed a little bit and stayed out near the three-point line. But Skylar, that was a great contest at the basket by Kent State. They did a nice job of hustling back and preventing Skylar from getting a layup.
All right, a timeout is called, and we will take a break too with 15.
Following the play by the young Wright State freshman.
He's got 7 points off the bench, Trey Calvin. And Kent State taking that timeout, come back with the ball in their own end. Williams hands it off to Simons. Now to Roberts, back to Simons. Simons trying to get around Potter, but he can't. Picks this dribble up at the free throw line. Back to Bainbridge into the game. Pippen coming out high to set a screen. Gets the ball back from Roberts. Right corner, Simons. Jumper over Basile is good. Wow, what a shot from Simons over the 6'9" Basile.
Yeah, he had defense right on him. He just rose up and buried it. That's a great shot. That's a big basket, too, right after the timeout to come out and get a basket. There's a foul.
Still inside and a foul called.
Well, they're playing physical inside. Pippen and Whittington both are playing physical.
Well, on Pippen. And that'll send us to a timeout, Coach. So with 4, score your tickets, visit horizonleague.com. Along with Jim Brown, Chris Collins back at another center. Wright State with the ball, leading 52-43. Underneath is Basile, and he's called for out of bounds.
No, I think he got called for a hooking.
All right.
Hooking. He hooked his man on trying to drive on the baseline. Didn't see
Coach
that.
Coach Nagy really not happy with that coming out of the timeout.
Maybe have a look here. Let's see. Well, he just stuck his arm out there, but
wow.
Gee whiz. Well, the referee sees the arm out there and he thinks that there's a hook. You're going to have that called on you, particularly when you do it right in front of the referee.
Simons off the screen. His three is no good. Rebound, Basile battling with Bainbridge. Simons gets it back, and he's fouled. He'll get 3 free throws.
Skylar Potter, that was a reaction foul there.
That's his third foul.
That's just a big rebound and a kick out.
It's a nice save by Bainbridge on the baseline. And Potter got part of the arm of Simons, who's going to get 3 free throws. He is 1 for 1 at the line coming into this game, and his first one rattles down and through. Coach, he attended Polk State prior to attending New Mexico, where he was the National Junior College scoring champion. He averaged 26 points per game over 26 games. And he makes that second free throw. You can tell he's had a nice touch coming into this game. He's the second leading scorer on the team through 2 games at 16.5 points.
Yeah, he's their best three-point shooter, too. He's made 8 of them, only shot 16. So you shoot 50% out there. I don't care if it's 1 or 2 games. That's getting it done.
Simons back at the line for his third free throw, and he hits it. So 3 big free throws brings
Yeah.
Kent State back to within 7.
That's 6 straight points, a 3-point shot, and then the 3 free throws. They cut the lead in half, just like that.
Wampler to Potter, and his pass is stolen by Beck just into the game. Now Williams taking it to the basket, runs right over Skylar Potter, and it's an offensive foul. Boy, Potter had to take it easy right there because he's playing with 3 fouls with 14-12 to go, and he draws the charge on Williams.
I don't think he called a foul, Chris.
He just lost it out of bounds?
He just lost it out of bounds. There was a lot of contact there. He could have.
A lot of contact.
But I didn't see him go to the scores table.
You're right, it's not, because it's still 16 fouls.
And indicate a foul. He just...
Yep.
There was contact. They elected not to call anything. Could have been a foul. Could have been a charge. Could have been a block. Didn't call anything, and Raiders got the ball.
It's Gentry with the ball out front. 18 on the shot clock. Gentry hands it back to Hall, who's back into the game for Wright State. Now Calvin fakes the 3, takes it to the free throw line. Finds Holden open for 3. It's off the rim. A rebound, hustling rebound by Gentry.
Exactly right. That was a hustle rebound.
Calvin will try a long one. That one is short, and the rebound to Simons. Simons will launch a quick 3. He can't get it. Holden high for the rebound for Wright State.
That was a good rebound. He went up in traffic and got that rebound. That was a little quick shot. Now, that was in transition. I'm sure he thought he had a good look at the basket, but there was no really offensive rebounders there in case he missed it. Gentry, long range. It's short. He gets his own rebound in the left corner. He's going to need some help. Now he gets it into Love. Left lane line. He is double teamed. Love still with it. Goes underneath 2 players. Puts it up off balance. Gets it to Holden. His shot no good. And the rebound to Bainbridge. A lot of contact down there. There sure is. I mean, a lot of contact at both ends. I mean, there's... Williams, pull-up jumper, right lane line. Missed it. Holden, another rebound. Outlet pass to Gentry. 12:50 to play. 52-46 Wright State. Now Gentry hands it off to Calvin. Calvin, pull-up jumper inside of the arc. Got it to go. That's a tough shot. That's a real tough shot. Going away from the basket, and it's a big basket, too. And a steal by Calvin in the other end. Got his hands out there and knocked it away. And Wright State's Gentry picks up the ball. Well, that's where you run down the floor and you still have the ball in your vision. That's because if he hadn't, he would have never seen that pass. Gentry to Calvin. Now goes right wing to Holden. Back to Calvin. Calvin still with the basketball, flips it over to Gentry, left corner, Hall. Hall lobs it inside for Love, off balance, loses it, and a steal to Kent State. That's just a bad pass by, he tried to throw it away from the defense, but he threw it too far, and here's Williams. Loudon couldn't get his hand on it. Strong with the ball, back to Simons. Now Williams fakes the 3. Williams goes inside, acrobatic shot, missed it, and a foul called on Wright State with 12:01 to play and leading 54-46. It's going to be Tanner Holden picking up the personal. That's his second, the team's 4th. It'll reach. Yeah, good drive, good drive. I mean, Williams is a good driver. He gets by his man. He's not a 3-point shooter at all. It's all dribble drive. He's taken only 1 3 on the season, and he made 1 tonight. He's 1 for 2 on the season, but he's more of a dribble driver. He likes to get into the lane. And, he's averaging 11.5 points a game here early in the season. Their perimeter players are good. That's the strength of their team is their perimeter players. Williams misses the first of 2 free throws. Jordan Ash checking into the Raiders lineup for Cole Gentry. They're 2 big guys, Whittington and Pippen, have 10 points between them, but the damage has been done by their guards. Williams' next free throw is good. 54-47 Wright State. Giovanni Santiago coming in for Williams to give him a brief break. I'm sure he'll come in after the under-12 timeout. Yeah, so a lot of coaches use those the last possession here before the timeout. Just give him a break and then come right back with him when you have the media timeout. Hall to Holden. Holden gives it to Ash. Ash goes inside, leaves it for Love. Knocked away, but Love gets the ball back with 16 on the shot clock. Love, couple bounces inside, has to give it up. Trying to find some room, goes in with the right hand, misses it, knocks the ball out of bounds, and it belongs to Kent State. Loudon really didn't have anything right there. He tried to force that. All right, we'll take a break with 11:39. The Raiders have 10 offensive rebounds here, leading Kent State 26-22 on the rebounds. But Kent State's shooting a good percentage here in the second half. They're shooting 50%. Raiders are only shooting 31% in the second half. All right, out front, Simons with the basketball on the wing. Santiago. A freshman against Calvin. Now a 3 open for Simons. Missed it. Rebounded by Holden for Wright State. Tanner Holden. Simons got a good look that time. He really got a good look, and that was a good rebound by Tanner Holden to give the Raiders a chance to get a basket here. The Raiders have gone their last 5 possessions, actually they've gone 2, 4. They've only scored once in their last 7 possessions.
12 to go. It's hard to get that ball inside the Love. He's trying to set a screen for Ash. Ash, right side in the corner, flips it back to Holden. 5 to shoot. Holden to the bucket, puts it up. Nope. And an offensive foul called on Tanner Holden with 3 on the shot clock. 54-47 Wright State. 10:56 left to play.
Now, well, Wright State's in the last 8 possessions. Well, that's just out of control, trying to do too much. Good position there by the Kent State defender. They've only scored 1 time in their last 8 possessions, and 4 times have turned it over. So the turnover bug has caught the Raiders. Now they're bringing. There's a travel.
Another turnover. This time it's Beck turning it over, making the move on Love.
Just getting too big of a hurry. Instead of letting the game come to you, trying to do it yourself. That's what Jalen Hall did on his drive. That's what Tanner Holden did on his drive. Just let the game come to you. Run a set, get a good shot. And there's Simons going out of the game.
Yeah, Williams is back in for him. 10:45 to play. Wright State with 5 team fouls, 6 whistled against Kent State in the second half. Off the dribble, Wampler, pull up short range, left it short, rebound Bainbridge.
Well, that was good defense. Defense prevented that shot. That was just really good defense by Kent State on the dribble drive by Bill Wampler, because he got by his man, but they regrouped quick.
Roberts launches a 3 and drains it, and Kent State now draws to within 4 with 10:20 left.
They're not going to go away. They're too good of a team, too good a tradition at Kent State. They're going to stick with it. Raiders are in a rut here. I mean, they've gone 9 possessions and only scored once. And, you know, this is what you got to stay away from as an offensive team. You can't have long droughts.
Inside to Love. He draws the double team with the left hand, left it short. Ball loose down underneath. And we're going to have a foul called against Wright State's Jordan Ash with 10:01 to play. And that's going to be...
It's on Kent State. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, Santiago is called, as you said, Coach, for the hook and hold.
Yeah.
And Wampler will go to the line for the technical throw, and he makes it. He'll get one more. Gives Wright State a 5-point lead. Boy, that's a big-time call right there.
Yeah, and there was definitely a hook and hold on the Kent State player. There's no question about that. Now, they did call the foul on Jordan Ash. Now, whether that foul goes away, I don't know. I mean, I'm not.
It does, because it's not up on the board.
All right.
Because so if it was, yeah, should he have the 1-and-1?
No.
Okay,
yeah, you're right. That was only the 15th foul.
Bounce pass to Wampler. His 3, he cans it. So he comes up with 5 points on that play, and the Raiders are up now.
59 to 50. Yeah, you talk about a turn of events. I mean, Kent State was going to have the ball down 4 on the foul by Jordan Ash, but the hook and hold changed all that.
Here's Williams in traffic, puts it up short range. No, tip by Wampler. Goes out of bounds, and last touch by Kent State. Substitution. Simons checks back in for the Golden Flashes. Santiago will come out with 9:39 left. Also, Pippen is back in. Bainbridge is out. 59-50, Wright State. They led by 10 at the half.
That's unusual, because we saw that call several times a year ago, and we really, this is our 4th game with Wright State, and we have not seen one of those called all season long. That was definitely a hook and hold. There's no question about that.
Coach Rob Senderoff, I should say. There's a 3, rims in and out for Wright State's Bill Wampler. Yeah, you were looking just a moment ago. Rob Senderoff was talking to Santiago. And on the other end, Roberts beats everybody down the floor for a layup.
A lot of times when you miss a 3, that's exactly what happens. I mean, Wampler's 3 did everything but go in, but it was a miss, and Kent State took advantage of it.
Here's Gentry wide open for 3 on the wing. He can't get it. And the rebound, Pippen.
Oh, he almost traveled.
Pippen outlet pass to Roberts.
Good recovery to get that ball and get it out without traveling.
Roberts gets it to Pippen, launches a 3. Too strong, and the rebound picked up by Simons.
Ball hit the back of the rim and popped way out. Good reaction by Kent State to come up with the loose ball.
8:45 to play. Now Williams on the weave over to Simons. Simons off the dribble against Ash. Stop and go, goes inside, leans in, puts it up. Nope, and a foul on Jordan Ash. That's his first, the team's 6th.
That's the area of basketball Wright State's had trouble with all season long, is dribble drive by the guards. You know, the Tennessee Tech the other night, the Tennessee Tech guards got by Wright State. This is, again, no help. I mean, he gets by Jordan Nash. Jordan does everything he can to prevent the shot, but there's contact there. And the contact was created by Troy Simons. He did a nice job of creating contact there and taking his body into Jordan to get the call. Misses the free throw, but this is an area of concern for Wright State. Defense on perimeter guards. It's tough. I mean, there's good guards. These are good guards. The Tennessee Tech guys were really good guards. They're quick. They're athletic. But you got to do a good job of keeping people in front of you and don't let dribble penetration occur.
Simon's second free throw is good. It's 59-53 Wright State. 8:36 left to play. Tanner Holden checks in for Wright State. And Ash is out of the game. Here's Hall. Over to Holden. High post Love. Love dribbling inside on Beck. In the paint. Throws it into the corner. Wide open is Hall for three. Too long. Rebound Pippen. Quickly up the floor. Roberts with a little soft touch on the right lane line. Nope. And a foul is called on Gentry. Pushing off.
Yeah, it's going to be the 1-on-1 too. Yeah, he got caught behind his man there. He got caught behind his man, and all he could do was to get the rebound. He kind of pushed. You know, I think the Raiders, Wampler had the 2 free throws and hit the 3, but their last 3 or 4 possessions, they've settled for 3-point shots. Now, they've gotten the ball into Loudon, but Kent State's defense has neutralized that. But the Raiders, they're in this rut offensively where they've gone like 13 possessions and only there's a big miss. Big miss.
Run into the 1-on-1. Love grabs the rebound.
You don't want to do that when you're behind. You don't want to miss 1-on-1 free throws. Those are killers.
Just a 2-possession game. 59-53 Wright State. The lead and the ball. Here's Wampler to the bucket, high off the glass, got it to go.
Now that's what you want to do. You want to get something going to the basket. That was, see, that's a senior making that move. That's an experienced player taking the ball to the basket, not settling for a 3-point shot.
Now Roberts.
That was good defense there by Jalen Hall to stop the dribble penetration. There's dribble penetration.
Williams goes inside, throws it up, scores.
Williams is a good player. I mean, he's not a 3-point shooter. He takes you off the dribble, and that's a big basket.
Boy, Love was open. They missed him.
They sure was.
Gentry with 20 on the shot clock. Feeds it to Love, and he's fouled. He'll be shooting when we come back out of the timeout. With 7:17 left to play here at Wright State's Nutter Center. We got a close one. It's the Raiders 61.
Fine young man who had a tragic accident.
Right next to him was Mike Latulip, good friend of his. After that accident, stayed with him as Love misses the first of 2 free throws. That's 18 fouls now against Kent State. Raiders with 7. The lead is 61-55. Love prepares for his second free throw, and he got it. Loud Love now tonight, unofficially with 7 points.
Well, Antonio Williams has been the thorn in the Raiders' side tonight. He's leading Kent State with 16 points, and most of them have been on dribble drives. He's 6 for 9 from the field. Now, he's made 1 3, but he has had his way getting into the lane off the dribble drive.
And Senderoff gets Whittington back in with 4 fouls. Here's Puck Pippen in the lane. He lacks it in.
Well, Wright State's not doubling him. Now, Kent State is doubling Loudon Love. Every time he touches it, they're doubling. Well, Pippen didn't have a double team there, and he kept his time, kept his dribble, and got a nice shot inside.
Now it's Wampler taking the ball inside off the screen of Love, and he lays it in. 64-57 Raiders.
The last 2 baskets Wright State have gotten have been off of dribble drives by Bill Wampler, recognizing that's what the Raiders need. They don't need to shoot a 3-point shot. Take the ball to the basket. They're in the 1-and-1, so any foul that occurs is going to be a 1-and-1 shot.
Pippen again against Wampler. Travel. Substitution for the Raiders. Trey Calvin will check in.
Jalen Hall. When Pippen got that ball and started to make his move, Jalen got his hand in there. Now he didn't double him. He just got his hand in there, and I think it kind of bothered Pippen, and he traveled. Big turnover for Kent State. You can't turn. There's 2 things you can't do right now. You can't turn the ball over, and you can't miss free throws. Both teams are in the 1-and-1. Raiders, after the next one, will be shooting the double bonus as Kent State has 8 fouls. So every possession is critical right now. You want to get something going to the rim. 3s are okay if you're totally wide open, but you don't want to
And Wampler down on the floor. You got a battle for it. Arrow belongs to Kent State. With 6:12 to play, they get it back, trailing by 7.
Yeah, Bill just lost the ball there. No. I mean, he's mad at himself, but he tried to put it on the floor and just lost the. You'll see here. Well, he tripped. I'm sorry, he tripped. He tripped on the Kent State player and lost the ball. And unfortunate. That's just an unfortunate situation. Break for Kent State. See if they can take advantage of it here.
Simons against Calvin. Hand off to Williams. Simons down the lane. Fade away on the baseline. Short. Rebound Calvin.
Well, that was great defense there. I've been critical of Wright State's dribble drive defense, but that was good defense right there. They prevented the drive on the baseline.
That was Hall with it, deep left corner. Hall taking it to the basket. Spin goes up with the right hand.
Oh, what a move. What a move. I didn't think he was going to get that in. I don't know how he got through that guy, but found the glass and made a nice bank shot. But the move to get it to the glass was the big-time play.
Right. Roberts. Taking the ball inside. Left hand. No basket. Here you go, Coach.
Yeah, watch Jalen Hall here. He dribbles to the lane with the right hand, stops, comes to a stop, little jabs. Now, and a guy got a little ball of the, I mean, Whittington, I think that was William. Whittington got his hand on the ball, and Jalen momentarily lost it, but he had the wherewithal to keep control and get it off the glass and got it to go in. Now, Roberts is going to shoot the 1-and-1 here.
He's a good shooter.
I think it might be 2 shots.
It's
1-and-1. Oh, he misses it. That's a second straight 1-and-1 Kent State has missed. I mean, you just can't do that if you want to win games on the road. You have got to convert free throws.
Coach Nagy calling the play out. Hall. Wampler.
Well, they're isolating Loudon on the baseline now. They're not. Oh, nice pass.
The Hall inside, missed the layup.
Well, that's good defense. Yeah, that was good defense. They recovered quickly. Didn't foul, just got a hand up.
Williams gets it back in the corner, wide open. Peterson missed it. Rebound. Roberts for 3. Whittington and a push. Foul on Wright State with 4:28 left.
Well, those are big rebounds by Kent State. Big offensive rebounds. I mean, both of them were 3-point shots, but still, to come up with the rebound, those are big rebounds. Those 9th and 10th offensive rebounds on the night. Raiders, I know, have at least 11.
Right.
But, yeah, those are 2 big rebounds.
Peterson.
Oh, another miss. My goodness. That's 3 straight 1-and-1s that Kent State's missed. Now, they're down 9 points. You convert those, you're down 3. I mean, free throws are so critical in games like this.
Holden. Calvin. Holden gets it back inside the Love. Love against Whittington with 4 fouls. Goes it back out to Wampler. Wampler strong to the basket. Blocked.
Kent State's inside defense has been phenomenal. I mean, they have done a great job of defending Loudon Love.
That ball knocked in the air. It's free and picked up by Calvin. Off to Gentry. 3:45 to play. Wright State with the ball leading. 66.
Oh, no.
57.
Wow.
Gentry's 3, missed it. And a rebound.
Wow. I don't know what Cole Gentry was thinking there. There was no reason for that whatsoever. You have a 9-point lead. You're under 4 minutes, and you're going to shoot a 3 without making a pass.
Simons back to Williams. Williams off the dribble. Pull up lane line. Pass in the corner. Peterson's 3 over Holden. Short rebound Calvin.
Same way with Kent State. I mean, I can kind of see Kent State taking that shot, but that last shot by Cole Gentry was ill-advised. I mean, I could look at Coach Nagy. He wasn't happy about it at all. Now, you know, you're in the 1-and-1. You want to get something inside. You want to get something off the dribble.
Pull-up jump shot, elbow. Wampler, no. Tip by Holden into the hands of Whittington.
I think we
still haven't had the under 4 break, Coach.
Yeah, I think both these teams are a little gassed right now.
Roberts to the bucket. And a foul call on Wright State, and that will send us to the other 4 timeout. With 2:55 left, Roberts will shoot 2 free throws.
But both teams have really gotten quiet offensively, and some of it's been just shot selection hasn't been the best.
Anthony Roberts, 1 of 2 at the line tonight, or 1 of 3. Converts that one. He's got 9 points off the bench, coming off 21 points, a career high in that overtime win over Towson. And he converts the second one, 66-59, Wright State by 7 with 2:55 left. Gentry dribbling the ball past the Wright State logo. Takes it left wing all the way to the bucket. He's cut off by Whittington. Brings the ball back out. Now goes down the baseline and lays it in.
That's that hesitation dribble. He backed it back out, took his time, and then just hesitated with the basketball to get his defensive man off balance. Great move by Cole Gentry. Great smart move by Cole Gentry.
Spin move into the corner. Simons for 3. Drains it deep left side. 68-62, Wright State with 2:23 to play.
That's good defense by Wright State to prevent Williams on the layup, but then he kicked it to the corner, and they buried a 3-point shot.
Simons with a big-time shot. Hall. Wampler gets it inside the left, quickly off the glass, missed it. Good defense by Whittington.
Well, they've done a great job on Loudon all night long. Whittington and Pippen both inside. There's a turnover.
And a turnover. Well, Senderoff is really upset.
Well,
this team does not usually turn it over.
That's just an unforced turnover. I mean, that's their 17th turnover. 17 turnovers tonight. And you couple that with the 3 1-and-1s they've missed. I mean, you could make the argument that they've been their own worst enemy tonight.
Hall with the ball out front with 1:54 left. Raiders up by 2 possessions. Holden to Hall. Hall back out front. Wampler. Wampler looks inside, goes back to Hall on the wing with 8 to shoot. Now they get it to Love. Love right lane line, flips it back to Hall. Hall fakes the 3, goes inside, puts it up, blocked by Whittington.
Big time play. Big time play by Whittington.
And in transition, a foul is going to be called on Hall as Williams lost the ball.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I think Williams just lost his balance there. That's a huge break for Kent State. I don't think there was. That's a play on. I mean, he just ran into Jalen. Jalen didn't do anything to. Yeah, that's a questionable call to say the least. No question about it. I mean, it's just an unfortunate call for Wright State. A break for Kent State. Big break.
And Williams adds to his team high 17 points. Now they have 4 players in double figures. Balanced scoring for both teams. Trey Calvin is in, and Tanner Holden goes out for Wright State. Looking to draw his team to within 4 with 90 seconds left. Williams, he does. He's got 18.
Well, that's a huge possession right here for both teams. And Wright State's really struggled here late in the second half. I mean, their last 6 possessions, they've scored once. And that was that move by Cole Gentry on the baseline. Now, they're going to call a play here. Kent State has really taken away Loudon Love inside. He's only gotten 7 shots on the night. They've done a great job inside on him and really taken one of Wright State's main
Calvin
weapons.
Lost the ball. Turnover, Kent State, chance now to get closer.
See, I think that's Cole Gentry's fault. He threw the ball to him, and Trey didn't have a chance. He wasn't set. He was coming off of a curl move.
Here's Williams. Roberts off the dribble, leaves it down low to Whittington. He scores. It's a 2-point game with under a minute to play.
Great execution by Kent State there. That's the difference in this game right now is Kent State has executed their offense and Wright State hasn't.
And they're going to call a timeout. 68-66 Raiders will keep it right here with 51.4 seconds.
Be behind 7 or 8 points right now. I can't say enough. I mean, it's just a big possession for both teams.
Raiders get it in bounds at midcourt to Gentry. Love down on the right block. Wampler left lane line. Out it goes to Calvin. 15 to shoot. Over to Hall. Wright State with the ball and a 2-point lead. Wampler going inside. He's fouled.
That's what you want to do. I mean, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to take something to the basket. They got it to their best offensive player on the perimeter tonight. That's Bill Wampler. He's the one that hit the 2 free throws and then hit the 3 and hit a big 3 down at Tennessee Tech in overtime. He knows where the basket is, and he put his head down, went right to the rim, and these are 2 big free throws here for Bill.
He's got 16 to lead the Raiders. The first one is good. So that gives the Raiders a 3-point lead with 34.8 seconds left. Timeouts left. Kent State has 1 for Coach Senderoff and 2 for Wright State's Coach Nagy.
And they got several guys that can make threes too. Now, whether they'll go for a 3, I think if Bill makes this, they'll come down and try to get a quick basket. I don't think they'll go for the 3. Now, if he misses it, that's a different story.
And he made it.
I think they'll come down and try to get a quick basket and then play the foul game.
Fans here at another center up on their feet. Williams dribble drive inside, skips in the corner. Simons, 3, got it! Timeout called. Well, Kent State.
Big time basket.
70-69, Raiders by 1.
Wow, what a shot. Obviously, Wright State doesn't have to shoot the ball because the shot clock is off. There's 24 seconds to go in a game. You got to get the ball in bounds,
gets
though.
It into Hall, and he's fouling the backcourt.
Yeah, they decided to foul right away.
And Jalen Hall, who got up to a good start here tonight with 14 points, is 1 of 2 at the line. Coming into the game, he was 6 out of 8.
He was about a 75% free throw shooter as a freshman. He's made, I think, 3 or 4 on the season this year.
These are when they really count.
Yeah, coming into the game. Oh, exactly. But as I said, I mean, he's got 2 of them, so it's a little different than shooting the 1-and-1. Obviously, you want to make both these and make it a one-possession game where you can't lose on a 3.
And the first one is good.
Oh, that's perfect.
And the way Simons has been shooting it, you better look out for number 3. 2 big guys coming back in, Pippen and Whittington. Peterson and Beck go back to the Kent State bench.
It'll be interesting. Now, if he misses this, Kent State doesn't have to go for the 3. They can come down and execute their offense. There's a big free throw. What he does here will determine how Kent State plays it.
And he missed it. Kent State had a chance to win it now. They're down by 2 with 20 seconds.
Big miss.
Now Williams with the ball, taking it inside, flips it into the corner. Pippen 3, got it!
Wow.
8 seconds left, Wright State down by 1. Here's Gentry, stop and go dribble, goes up, had it ripped away out of bounds, and it belongs to the Raiders with 3.2 left. Danny Pippen with a big-time 3.
Absolutely.
Calvin's going to inbound on the baseline. The Raiders trail by 1 with 3.2 seconds left.
Yeah, look for Jalen Hall here.
Inbounds pass. Calvin gets it into Wampler. Wampler pull up on the baseline. Nope. And Kent State gets the rebound and comes away with a huge win here tonight.